Hello everybody, my name is CityZilla and we are in the city of Canalville. Today we are going to be working on a few things. We're kind of at a pivotal point with our city. It's getting pretty large. We're at about 15,000 population, but I really want to start establishing a pattern. We have a pretty good pattern showing up here, and then with our canals we kind of broke it up a little bit. And so I think for over here I have a pretty cool idea to do a little shopping center and then probably some more residential over here, but then I want to start playing around with some of these little waterway areas, and I think we are going to put in a key wall over here. I was kind of going back and forth with this sand, and I feel like because this is an industrial area, this waterfront would be extremely valuable to a lot of these companies, and so I think it would be fair to us to assume that maybe a key wall would be put in. And so let's go ahead and jump right in. And so the first thing I want to do is start playing around with our road layout. So we have kind of a broken road layout right now for this area. So I want to jump in here, go to unmodded, and then come down here, and I think we'll just go down to the ground. And so I think for this we will, oh man, I would really like to connect that up, but it looks like it's going to be, maybe if we anarchy it, how weird is that going to look? You know what, that actually doesn't look bad. I think that's good. And so this is pretty good for what we're going for. I would like to do a connection right here, but I feel like these two are just kind of in a weird place. So maybe we'll do a connection over here. Yeah, we could probably do this. So if we go up and then just come over and then just go down. Yeah, I feel like that's not bad. It's a little close to the water, so I don't know if we'll be able to get ferries in here, but we can always jump in to move it and just kind of shift this up a little bit. We don't need to get crazy with it, but just enough to where the ferries aren't going to clip that. And so what I'm thinking here is we will jump in here, and I want to do something fun back here. I was thinking about doing the mall back here, the smaller mall. It's not the posh mall, this one, the Mall of Moderation, just kind of your standard, nothing too special kind of mall, but still really looks good. And so I'm going to jump into our pedestrian roads and go to this zonable pedestrian paved road. I really want to try to capture some sort of concrete look back here. I think it's going to look really cool. And so we are going to come over here, and I'm just going to follow the road about one grid out. And then I think we'll probably leave that for right there. And what I want to do is create kind of like a little pattern in here. So we're going to go like that. We're going to come down here, and we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're just going to probably go all the way down. And the idea here is almost like a mall, but more like an open air mall. I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and actually curve this one down. Let's see if we can mirror that bottom road. Maybe we'll come down here. I think if we bring this back one, we can follow this up. Yeah, there you go, Terminator right there. Because I would prefer if we could if we can mirror that. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work too, but I wanted to try it. I'm glad we did, but it doesn't work. The problem is going straight doesn't work super well either, but maybe we'll just do it. I mean, you know what, it actually doesn't look terrible. I was thinking it was gonna look a lot worse than that. And so then we will come down here, attach these up, and you know what? Let's go ahead and turn this one now. And I want it to be, yeah, right there is probably good. We do lose a little bit of zoning right there, but I'm not super worried about it. I don't think it's the end of the world. I would prefer this to be right there though. So maybe we will actually bring this back and then line it up just so that we don't mess up anything we got going on here. Yeah, there we go. You know, that actually doesn't look bad. And then we'll go like that, and then we can actually leave this one. Let's actually move this one a little back, because I'd rather keep that uniformity with this bigger grid. So if we come over here and go right there, come down here, connect. Oh man, of course. Come down here, and then let's go ahead and do one more. Go like that, and you know what? I actually think that looks really cool. I kind of wish this was curved a little more down here, but I think it looks good. And so now what I would like to do is jump in here to a 4-unit road and actually make some kind of grand entrances. So we'll come down here and we'll go one right there as well. And I don't particularly like how close to the bridge that one is, but I feel like having that access would be important. And so now we're going to jump back into a pedestrian road, come back here, connect all this up. And you know what? I think we went just a little bit too far. Man, we're really going to mess a bunch of stuff up. Okay. I should have thought about this. I was thinking about the other side and I kind of got carried away. So we will come up here, and what I want to do is leave enough room in the back to be able to do some parking and then add in our mall of moderation, which, by the way, doesn't sound super appealing. It's almost like they're trying to say that it's not a great mall. And so we're going to come over here now, and we are going to go to drive. You know, let's actually fit in the mall first. So let's go over here, and I want to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go right there, 3, yeah. And then move it over a smidge, that is in the middle. Perfect. And so let's jump back into our roads, and we will go to drive now. And let's actually go off of here. So we'll go off the same side on that one. And then let's jump into our border road. And we want to go, I think it's 3 units out. Yeah, we'll go 3 units out, and then we'll come back here. We'll do the same thing over here. So we'll go 3 units out, and then we'll come all the way back here, connect that up. And then let's go ahead and, man, we could go 3 units out again, but we could also go like that. I think that would be good. How many units was that? 5 units. So then we'll come out 5 units, come up here, and then connect this up. And then let's go ahead and turn this around. And I don't know if my spacing is entirely correct, but we can always come back and fix it. I kind of wish this was a little further back, but I think we're going to delete these, and then we're just going to move it back a little bit. I don't want to get crazy with it, but I just would prefer it to be, yeah, like right there. So that was about 1. Was that right there? Yeah, that was good. So then we'll come back in here, connect this back up, and then just go in here. And it looks like these ones are just a little messed up. We'll just flip them back. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fill in our spaces real quick. It does look like this is backwards. Oh, I wonder if I just did that. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the filler spaces and then do the spaces, and we'll come back and probably do some light decorations. It does look like this is a little off too. I think I'm going to move these in by 1 more. And then I think I'm going to move these out by 1 more too. All right, and there we go. Super easy, just put in some spaces. We do get these little tears, and this is just something that you got to kind of deal with the big parking lots. I think what I'm going to do is just jump into our curbs real quick and just cover them up, because I think what I can do is just go in here and then go ahead and turn off snapping. And I'm pretty sure I can just go like this. I'll probably come down. You know what? We'll actually just go right there and then have this come over here. Yeah, there we go. Super easy. I just covered it up so that we couldn't see the tear. I don't think it looks bad. And so what I'm thinking in here, let's go ahead and remove these trees right here. Might as well. Whenever you don't remove trees, they just kind of stay in the game, and they can really help hurt your FPS. What I want to do in here is, let's go ahead and jump into zoning adjuster, and we're going to remove zoning on these flat roads down here. Because what I would like to do is have full zoning on this side, and then we'll probably even remove zoning on these ones too, which is kind of terrible, but I want to keep full zoning on that side. Remove zoning on these ones, and you know what? I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and remove zoning on these as well. And there we go. We have it. And so what we're going to do, I want to do a bunch of shops in here, but I also want to do like a plaza. So I think we will go ahead and remove a couple of these. Let's actually remove these ones. And let's see about placing a park in here. I think that would just be fantastic if we, you know what? I think that looks great right there. Yeah, I like that. And you know, it's so funny. We had bobbed in these little jasper trees. I think that's what they're called, the purple trees. Whenever we did the tech build in Crater Lake, and I completely forgot we didn't change them back, but it's not the end of the world. We can, should we go Adler? Ooh, you know what? I think, because that's the standardy tree, it looks good in this setting. Though we could do those live oaks too. I don't know if they're going to be too much. I think I'm going to keep the tall grass, so I actually really like those a lot. And then what we can do is jump in here, and we'll probably go here and just do a couple of the live oaks, because again, you know, this map has a lot of them, and I think they're just great trees. They have such good detail. But then I want to jump in here and kind of complete our little walkway area. We could do like a little bit of a design in here too. It's always nice when you can get just a little bit of a design, though it's not always practical, but you know what? I mean, it's not perfect, but it had some interest, I'll say that. I think that's probably what we're going for here. I dropped the spacing down for these bushes, and I'm just going to line our path with the bushes real quick. Up, wrong tree. Look at that, super easy, and I'm even tempted to turn this into a park and get a couple gazebos in there. I think that would just be fantastic. Yeah, I think if we could just get a few gazebos. So come in here, we'll go to paint park area, go like this, come down here, and just kind of paint this in. This is really going to help capture a nice open area for this. I'm tempted to even just do a ton of concrete, but I feel like this will be nice. And though we have to put in a main gate, which I absolutely despise. I really wish you could get away with doing these parks without a gate. I think it is just such the weird, like so weird. And it's so funny. We don't even have a level 3 park. All right, well, scratch that idea. We're just going to go back to the drawing board. We didn't need a park anyways. Honestly, I was overthinking it. It probably wasn't even going to be good there. It's actually a terrible idea. I don't even know why I thought that. Very bad idea. We'll go like this and create some nice space for people to just kind of hang out in the grass. I mean, it's, that especially when you're going out shopping and you're to spend the day with the kids, or you're maybe bringing your significant other to the mall, you're just looking to have a good time, maybe relaxing for a lot of people, maybe not so relaxing for a lot of people. I do wish that the zoning was more complete on there, but I think that that's going to be okay. And so what I would like to do around the outside is actually do some offices. I feel like this whole office park would just be fantastic to be a part of. This would definitely fall into some amenities for these offices, is right off this shopping center. So like everybody has a place to go and eat for lunch, and there's just always something new. Like on lunch you can kind of peruse around and just have a good time. And so back here what I want to do is jump in here, and we are going to paint this in, and we might end up painting in the whole thing. I'm tempted to just paint all this in. We'll kind of see as we build out what comes in. I think we will just do some small planters around this. I really don't want to get too crazy with the planters in this section. Having these big open spaces would be super important, and they're really nice to have. And I mean, super common. It's really common to have an open space. And so we'll use these small ones. We'll just kind of do what we've always done, and I'll increase the spacing to 8. I'm just going to have it follow around. It almost works as like barricades for the parking lot, so that anybody walking around doesn't really have to worry about somebody like mistakenly driving on the sidewalk or something like that. Though I don't think that happens a lot. All right, and so now I'm going to jump into our pretty much new favorite tree, the young linden. I'm just going to dot these around. All right, I think that looks good. It's pretty simple, not too complex. And so I think now what we'll do is just put in some tables in here. I think having a few little places for people to sit would be nice. I think benches would probably be a little more realistic. Because, I mean, you normally don't see just a random table. You'd probably see like a big planter with a table. Maybe we'll do that. All right, so I ended up using these terrace planter networks. I really like them. They come with the trees in them too already, and it just provides a really clean look. I do think maybe we will do some benches on the back side of them, because this is definitely something that I have seen, especially at like malls. You tend to have these style of planters kind of wrapping the building. Yeah, look at that. I think this looks great. This is just such an easy way to provide a little more life for your area. So I'm just going to finish this up real quick, and we'll kind of look at it when I'm done. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks good. I actually really like it. And so we do need to put in some water pipes and everything over here real quick, but I want to go ahead and finish this out over here. And so let's go ahead and jump into a 4-unit road. We're going to come down here. We're going to turn back on snapping. Come over here. You know what? Let's actually make a connection over here as well. I feel like that would be good. And then let's jump into a 2-unit road. We'll go to this one with trees. And then let's come over here. So we'll go like that, but then we're going to come up here, and we will... And because this road is slanted, I had anarchy on again. Man, I do that so much. I'm going to go ahead and just remove these trees rather than hope that I could just move the road. I mean, moving the road does fix it, but... And so that actually looks good. I made it a little slanted just because that piece is slanted, and so I felt like having that geometry there would be a little bit better. And so what I want to do is create a little bit of a park space in the middle of this. So I think we will come up here, go like this, and then let's go ahead and jump into a 2-unit road again. I think we're going to go one further out because I want to have 4 squares of zoning in the middle of that. So if we go 7 units out, and then let's jump in here. Yeah, that's perfect. So we'll come down here, go like this, and there you go. Turn that again, and perfect. And so we'll probably still do some housing in here, but I want to do a nice park and then probably even another elementary school. So we have a high school and an elementary school over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and look at that capacity before I make any decisions. No, that one's already at 300. And then what about over here? Wow. All right, so that one's actually pretty full too. So it does look like we're going to need to do another elementary. That's okay. So we'll come over here and let's go ahead and place one down. And it's kind of funny because where I'm from, it's really common to have elementary schools in neighborhoods. The elementary school I went to was in a neighborhood. It wasn't like my neighborhood either. It was just in a random neighborhood. So maybe we will go ahead and do a parking lot. So let's come up here. We'll jump back into border roads, get out of this. We can get a nice view of this. I think I just want to go one out. Yeah, I think that would be perfect. So if we go like that, and this looks really terrible, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this up a little bit. Not a lot, just enough. I think I'm just gonna do a turnaround, because then it would leave enough space to do like some buses and stuff, bus parking, and then for parents to line up basically, because out here in America, they'll literally have parents lining up down the street to pick up their kids. Good to go. Perfect. And we don't have any handicapped. I mean, it's a small area, so I don't know if it would be the end of the world. Though in America, yeah, that's definitely a law. ADA is a thing. You have to have handicap parking no matter what. So maybe we'll move that over, because I mean, the school really doesn't want to get sued, especially since schools are government funded. You would think that they would have that accessibility, and so maybe we'll go like this. We'll go ahead and go like that. And we'll just do 2. I feel like that's probably safe. So then we can come over here, grab these, move them over, and then grab this and line it up. Yeah, look at that. That actually looks really good. And then I think we'll just use the clipping remover and just kind of... That didn't do anything, but you can see a little bit of a tear. It's not the end of the world, though. We're just going to pretend that that's not there. And so we'll go like this. And so I do want to do a little bit of fence around this. It's kind of funny. This has definitely become my standard elementary school, but I kind of wish we had a field. I know I say it every time we do an elementary, because it's just so common. Like, you got to do laps, and it's just a, everyday thing. You have recess out on the field, and it's like all these people have is a little tiny small playground. It's almost unfair. Like, this would probably be just for younger children, maybe. You know what? It looks good. I'm not going to mess with it. I think it's good enough. I think our high school over here should be good enough. So 789, 798. We'll say that this neighborhood is still a part of the track and field here, and this fierce rivalry with this high school over here is still very much alive. But we will keep it at that. And I do want to connect this up with a path. So we'll come in here, go like this. And you know what? We will connect this up with a path as well. And I want to straighten that out. And then what I'm thinking is we will come in here and go in the middle of these. And this is really going to help us to get some smaller zoning. And this is something that I haven't really done a lot of, but I went through a phase where I almost always did smaller zoning in pretty much every build that I did. My first series I did it. Hey, you know what? I think that looks pretty good. We'll just connect these up. I don't know how realistic it would be to have all that, but maybe these are like greenbelt paths. We could even come in here and we'll upgrade these to the park paths so that they can get some trees and stuff. And you know what? I think that is fantastic. So we will jump in here now. Let's go ahead and connect this up, and let's go ahead and connect this up as well. And why not? And then let's jump in here and do some crossings, especially since this is a residential area. Having a crossing here would just be super good. Maybe we can't do it right there. We'll do one right there. we'll do the same thing over here. It's not perfect, but having a crossing on that corner is going to be kind of an issue for us. And these ones are already hooked up to the three-way intersections. I think that's good. We could go ahead and connect these up too. You know what? Why not? I feel like it'd be weird not to at this point. And then let's, same thing. It's so funny. I use the concrete paths most often because of this. I don't like how these other paths kind of have issues. And so now I feel like that looks pretty good. I do want to probably do some offices on this side. So we have a residential. We have offices over here. I wonder if we could do a small bit of commercial over here. We could also do high rises. Maybe we'll do mid rises off of this and we'll actually do a high rise ban. We'll do this as low density residential. No, you know what? Maybe I think we're going to do the whole thing as low density. Man, I really like the look of that. I think that looks so great. I love having these right on the edge. I think it looks so cool. Kind of want to come in here and just finish painting this too. Yeah, look at that. It's just such a cool look. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to do canals. Is it kind of makes me think Mediterranean or something like that, though I know the style build that we're doing is definitely not Mediterranean. Just what it kind of makes me think of. And so now we'll come in here, we'll go like this. Go ahead and fill all this in. We'll fill this in as well. I think we'll leave that backside empty. Fill these in. Fill this in, and then let's go ahead and go like this, and then we will go like this. And so now we're going to get some really nice smaller houses. We're going to get some bigger houses in there. And you know what? Yeah, we're going to stick to low density in here just because I feel like this is going to be a really nice addition for this area. I think we'll actually leave that empty for us to do some landscaping. And then what I was thinking for over on this area, let's actually put down some water pipes real quick because then we can have this start growing. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And all right. I do want to do something around the outside too. I didn't even think about that until just now. You know, it'd be nice if we could... I wonder if we could do some... You know what? They're such low density roads. Let's actually jump in here and I want to turn back on snapping. I think we're going to come out like right there. Yeah, look at that. And then we will connect this up. And what I want to do is have this come all the way around. You know, it's not bad. It actually kind of captures a little bit of an alley kind of vibe. So now we can come in here and let's actually move this back just a little bit. Yeah, look at that. So that's still, yeah, that's good. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it looks okay. It's definitely like an alley kind of vibe. I actually really like it. I think it's awesome. We have a little bit of like an alleyway coming in here. I think it would actually be good for us to connect this up too. So I feel like this would be some much needed access. Yeah, there we go. That's interesting. I honestly don't know if I like it, but we're going to keep it like that. And then we will come up here, turn back on snapping, come over here and just connect that up. You know what? It's interesting, and then it's actually going to help us to capture some more people back here. I think I want to connect this up. I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking that whatever we do on this back road they would still want to have access to this mall, even though it is only a moderate mall. It's not anything posh or spectacular. Because I think we're going to do some more high density. You know, I wasn't going to do it in this section, but I love having it on these edges. I think it looks so great, especially right across the water is another one. And so I think that it would be fantastic. And then I think we will leave this empty, or we'll do one little row. No, you know what? We could do one row of high density residential, because then that's going to give us a nice little height difference. Oh man, the struggle is real. Okay, and you know, I think we'll leave that empty. Let's go ahead and remove that. We're going to, we're gonna get rid of this. Yeah, because that's like the entrance to our neighborhood. And then let's go ahead and do some more office space. I think we're gonna leave this front side empty just so that we can do nice little concrete area, and I think we will do some more residential in here. I'm tempted to just do something else like that. You know, let's do that because I feel like I really like that. And I think if we can kind of follow that same pattern, we may be able to get some nice little symmetry out of here if we get like multiple. It'd be great if we could get another ferry stop in here. Let's go ahead and see. I didn't even think about ferries. I'm not used to using ferries at all. So it's like getting used to using them is just kind of a challenge. So maybe we'll go like this, and let's actually see about putting one in right there. And you know what? I think this is actually going to work out. So then if we go like this, connect that up, add some nice little interest in here, and then we can do some more little shops and stuff, make it look good. So I really like how this looked. What did we do then? So we did the 2x zoning on this side. So I think if we do the 2x over here as well, we'll go like this, go like that. Yeah, there we go. And then that way we can come back in here and kind of fill this in with concrete, make it look really cool. I think that would be great. Probably leave that empty, and let's make sure that all of our water pipes cover everything. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, it looks like we're good. All right. And then power. Power is probably... Oh, look at that. Perfect. It actually bridges over. It's nice. Those were actually the first ones to build in. The high-density residential just kind of boomed in. We're definitely going through a boom now. And so now what I want to do is do a nice, cool little leisure area over here. I felt like, you know, we have a couple waterfront districts, but they're the organic and local produce, which that reminds me, before we do anything else, we need to do our district. So I'm going to do our waterfront district as organic and local produce. So we're going to come in here, go to this, and then let's go ahead and paint in a district for the rest of it too while we're at it. And I really want to start coming up with names. I know a lot of you guys had suggested just doing like names and stuff like that. And so I think, you know, I think that would be really cool. So we could do, I actually like Glade Hills, Glade Park. I think that's good. And then, ooh, Ivy Hills. That's, so this is the Cypress District. I think we're going to keep this Ivy Hills, but because that is that, this is, oh man, and we have the Mall of Moderation. This would definitely be a clash, but we're going to do self-sufficient housing in here. And this is really going to kind of mess up a little bit of the boom we have, and they're probably going to end up striking against that Mall of Moderation since these people are not moderate. And so while we're waiting for that to build out, I want to start working on this area. So I really want to do the leisure district. So come up here and we're going to use those same little paths. And what I'm going to do here is basically use our pedestrian path as a way to create a setback pretty much. You know, it's so funny. While I was doing that, I realized we didn't do any services in here. Like you can already see this building's on fire. And so I think we will do our services off of this main road, and we'll go ahead and group them all together. So we'll go like this, and then we will come up and do a police station as well. We'll actually put the police station over here since this is where all the shopping is. And then let's go ahead and do a crematorium as well. While we're at it, let's I was like, why is it only showing me that small one? Let's do a sauna in here since this is a little upscale now. These are the Ivy people, Ivy Hills, and so now they have a little sauna in their neighborhood. I mean, this is an amenity. I can't say I've ever lived in a low-density neighborhood that had a sauna. That would be really cool. Kind of close to the elementary, so if you're having a really stressful day or morning, you drop your kid off at the elementary, and then you go and you spend the day at the sauna. It's just very posh. And then they just never go to the Mall of Moderation, so this would probably become abandoned over time. Maybe we'll have to repaint this and put up some boards and stuff, and then it gets torn down and the posh mall gets added in. I feel like that could be a nice little storyline for this too. Like, the Mall of Moderation has been standing for 50 years and it now goes out of business because it's in the middle of Ivy Hills, and it'd show like people protesting, we want a posh mall. So let's go ahead and add in, you know what, that actually fits. Does that fit right there? Ooh, I feel like it does. Yeah, look at that. So let's actually unlock this. Unlock that. And we are going to use our little eyedropper. Go like this, connect that up. Wow, I can't believe that actually fit like that. That's just fantastic. Are we having sewage? Ooh, we are. Ooh, you know, we have the water treatment center too. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put that on hold. and start working on this area over here. That's kind of why I was thinking about it in the first place. I had said at the beginning of the episode working on doing like an industrial kind of key area over here. I feel like it would just be super important. And so I want to jump in here. We're going to go to the level terrain tool. I'm going to choose a level like right here. We're going to start messing with our coastline. And this would be, extremely valuable sand. So they would probably be batching this up and selling it. Sand is extremely valuable, especially silica sand, which I don't know if this is silica, but feel like they could still sell it for other purposes as well. So we're going to come over here. We're going to come down. And we're going to go right there. You know what? We're getting crazy. I wasn't planning on going this far, but after looking at that canal, I feel like that is probably our best bets. We're going to come all the way over here. We're getting rid of this beach. And so I do want to look for, where's my little sand icon? Oh, right there. So then we are going to remove all this lovely sand, and we're just, they sold it all. All the sand is gone. It was great sand too. High quality. They got a lot of money for it. It's good for our city though, even though it is a loss in the short term, it's a gain in the long run. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. And you know what I would like to do is actually kind of disrupt this a little bit. Instead of it just being a key wall, I want this to also. So I think we're going to delete this. And then what we'll do is we will use a baby canal. Let me know what you guys think of this. Should we do more canals over here, or should we just keep it at the one? Because what I'm thinking is we're going to use this for our water treatment. And I've seen a lot of different variations of this on YouTube. There's really a lot of different fun things that you can do with this. But I think what we'll do is we will go 1, 2, 3. And you guys in Crater Lake, we did this as well. Go ahead and connect this up. And then what we're going to do is jump into roads. We're going to go to rural. And we're going to go to our county road. And the reason we're doing this is because it provides access, even though these are really terrible water pumps. I didn't realize how low quality these were. They look all rusted and old, and the city just spent all that money on these, and these are like just really low quality. But I think the key looks really good. Now we have a lot of room for expanding over here. And I mean, there's just so much we can do. And then the water company, there's a lot of talk that the water company is just going to invest in this whole area and do an entirely new water complex. Especially since they just did 3 of those. They have now decommissioned a couple of the inland ones. And so they should really help with pollution. So I think if we go like that, let's look at our water again. Oh, yeah. So I guess we can, how much are those? So 160,000 square meters. So if we go, so we're still way up. Those 3 really just gave us so much room. That's great. This really helps us with this whole area because now we can zone in some more industrial, or we can do some more office space, which I think we'll do. I'm noticing a little bit of a backup here. I'm just going to jump in here, clean up these corners real quick, and then I'm going to hold shift on that. We're going to upgrade this to a 6-lane. Yeah. Just looking at this, I can see all the people having issues turning, and especially since all these turns are right next to each other, it's just causing a problem. So it does look like they can make it the right way, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. So coming back over here, it looks like we're having some not enough employee issues, which is normal. That was kind of to be expected, really. And not enough educated workers. It's not the end of the world. What I want to do is come in here and paint this all in. And what I'm hoping to capture is a nice little plaza area right in front of all these. I feel like that's just going to be great. We could honestly probably paint in the whole thing. Let's get crazy with it. Why not? Yeah, we'll go like that. We'll come in here. We don't need to do the other side. We'll come down here, end it at the bridge. It's a lot of concrete. I don't know how realistic this would be. Let's we'll have it end right here because I feel like that's kind of overdoing it. Don't want to get crazy with it because we're already we're already a little crazy with it. I'm like over here trying to say, oh, this is like totally good. No, this is a lot of concrete. But it's okay. It's kind of funny. I really enjoy the like modern look of it. That's like when I play this game, because I really enjoy architecture. And so whenever I look at cities and stuff, I'm always drawn towards like really interesting designs. And that's why my builds are a little different. Grand City, 1700, man, I didn't realize we were that close to hitting another milestone. So solar power plant, baseball park, waste transfer facility, waste processing. Oh man, so we could actually do our trash here soon too, which would be fantastic. I didn't even think about that, but since we just had that huge investment from the water company, I feel like it would be fair. And it does look like we need to do another power plant. Maybe we could do, how much is this? So 112 to 160. How much? So what? 1,200 a week. Man, that's actually really inexpensive. Because this is 80 megawatts. How big is this though? You know what? Ooh, I feel like that's great right there. Yeah. That's, we just cleared out all that space and the power company came in and did their thing. And so while we're at it, let's go ahead and upgrade this road too. So we'll come over here. And we're really getting sidetracked, but I'm glad we're solving some of these problems. Especially, I didn't realize the cost difference for that. So we could, I think getting rid of our coal here soon would be smart. And so jumping back over here, we should be good now. Let's go ahead and look at our power though. So is it going to connect up? Looks like it's only one power line basically connecting all this up. Let's go ahead and create another power line because I can already see the writing on the wall. We're going to end up disconnecting this at some point. Half the city's going to die. I'm going to tell you guys that I forgot to connect something up. And then funny, a lot of people have been commenting on getting the no need for power lines. And I haven't. I used to use it. It was definitely one of my favorite mods for a long time because it does solve so many issues. But I stopped using it because, I don't know, I started recording, and with the recordings, always felt like people wanted to have the power lines. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, if you think you don't really care, I guess maybe we'll do it. I think we're going to go use that network. So we're going to go to the concrete one. Okay, so I ended up doing just some of these little small planters with the benches. I felt like it was just going to be a really clean look, and it's something different too. It was hard to get the symmetry because of the curve, but I got most of it. It looks like this one just kind of comes out a little bit further, and then did these bushes along the main walkways. I feel like it looks really good. I like the look of it. I do want to probably just go into our little curb network, and I want to see if maybe we can go like this. Yeah, all right. I think that looks pretty good. And so now we should be able to just come back in here and use the brush real quick. Yeah, look at that. I think that actually looks really good. I like these little planters. I like that they have the bench. So like these would just be nice little sitting areas. And then we have all these nice little leisure buildings. So like game station, play all you want, arcade. So like that's great. And then so laugh your bottom off. So that's like a comedy club. And this would just be fantastic for this area. And so I do want to do some offices across the street. I feel like this would just be a really great area for offices. If we come in here, we'll go ahead and get rid of those. You know, let's actually just go all the way down. So we're going to go like that. We're going to D-zone that as well. And then I think we will do I'm tempted to do some more offices, but I think we're just going to do some basic commercial down here. We could even do high-rise commercial. Let's actually do high-density commercial. We don't have any high-density commercial yet, and because this is outside of that zoning, we'll actually get some nice little shops in here. Got to be careful though, because we're definitely going to start having some employee issues if we go a little too crazy with it. Oh man, so I forgot. So let's actually jump in here. I don't want those to be leisure. Yeah, I think this is going to look great. I really like that. And so now we need to hook up our ferries. So go to ferry lines, come over here. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to pause real quick and we're going to get a little crazy. We're actually going to delete this now. So we're going to come down here and we're going to go up here. We're going to have it go this way. And then we're going to have it turn right, come down here. And then we're going to have it loop around, come back up here. Come all the way over here, come down, loop round, and then come back this way and complete. And we could do another little ferry stop over here, but I really need to start being mindful of which side of the canal these things are on, because them being on this side has definitely messed me up a little bit. I wasn't even thinking about that either. And so let's look at our new neighborhood now. It's actually looking really good. I kind of want to come in here though and just do some small trees. Nothing too crazy. I don't know why it's like popping back and forth like that. I do want to do, so we kind of left this empty. I want to follow the same pattern that we had on the other side. So we're going to go like this. We're going to remove those trees. And what did we do here? Oh, we did these little square planters. That's right. I actually really like those. I like that, we often use the circle ones a lot. So it's nice to actually get these little square ones in when we can. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Really clean look. Really clean look. Super easy too. Just such an easy way to make an area look great. And I'm tempted to do some small zoning on this side too. I think we're going to. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to come in here, go like that. Just because why not? Especially now that we have ferry access over here. This would just be a super popular area. And same with the leisure area, would just be super popular. So I want to do a path right there. Do a path right there. And let's actually do a bridge across. We haven't really done too many pedestrian bridges, and this would really be a great thing to start thinking of more. Yeah, that works. And I think that's high enough for to get over the ferries. It's kind of not the greatest shape, but I think we may even do some curves, because I feel like that's not that great. I don't really want this to be office space in here. I don't know how that got kind of messed up. And I really like this area though. There's like a ton of people walking around too. They're all crossing over on our bridges. Especially now, let's look at our ferry line. How's the ferry doing? Oh man, yeah, this is crazy. So let's look now and see. So we still have 8 ferries. Oh, where is this one? Yeah, this is getting pretty crazy. A lot of people are walking. I didn't realize how many people are walking around. We could just watch this for hours. A ton of people biking too, which is great. We really need to figure out what we're going to do with bike paths, because this is definitely going to become an issue for us. All right, I think this looks great. This is definitely different than what I was thinking, but go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and let me know, any names or something that we should do here. I really appreciate getting everybody's suggestions and everybody's comments and just points of view, and just makes it really fun to kind of get everybody involved. And so if you're interested in checking out the first episode of this series, go ahead and click on the video on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next episode.